Hey guys, this is Ali from the AI Enthusiast, and today we're going to be covering machine learning in cybersecurity and finance. So let's get started. So over here we have, I broke up cybersecurity. I broke it into two slides. So this slide covers cyber data, and we're talking about the OSI model in particular. So the OSI model is going to have like 7 layers to it. And basically, this is how we network in modern systems. Now, I will actually go over some of these protocols. So we have HTTP, HTTPS. This is the layer 7 protocol, exchange data and commands. FTP is for transferring files. SNMP is going to be configuring your devices on the network. UDP, TCP, this is a layer 4 protocol. Then, of course, you can also think of other protocols, right? So you have 5G, 4G, 3G. You have DHCP, which is basically when you get onto a network, you need to get an IP address. So you use DHCP. And there are many different other types of protocols. Basically, this is the data that we are concerned with, the data units, protocol data units from these different protocols. And what we do is we use a tool like Wireshark. On the right hand side, you can see here each row is a capture. So you can see this is the IP address, the destination, and the protocol being used, and then the number of bytes of data. So let's take a look at a row here. We can see in the bottom, we can actually see the bytes of information that we have. And so the data might be actual data that we can understand as humans, or it could be like protocol specific stuff like headers, parity bits, what have you. So this is how we capture this data. And then, of course, we can configure existing network devices or add additional network devices that will actually extract packets of information. So the next slide, we actually get into the machine learning part of it. So we talked about the data. So in the machine learning setting, we're really interested in teaching computers to make sense of cyber data and to detect and defeat threats. So whatever the threat might be. And so the data we already discussed in the last slide, this is a data set that you can look up, CICIDS data set. And this has been referenced in literature where they've used like CNNs, LSTMs, different machine learning models on the data. But over here you can see common tasks. So you have intrusion detection systems, you have intrusion prevention systems, and then you have firewalls. All of these systems are basically trying to detect any anomalies, any issues in the protocol data being observed on the network. And these are some common scenarios. So you have denial of service attacks that you want to prevent. You want to prevent brute force attacks, and then you have like scans or pings done by bots or humans, right? Um, so there are many different scenarios that you want to detect, and that's really the purpose of the AI or ML models. Then also we talk about like cybersecurity of like network security, but also like from a malicious standpoint, folks are using AI to generate emails that sound realistic. They're also trying to impersonate other people using AI. So that's another aspect of cybersecurity where AI is very much, unfortunately, being used for the wrong reasons. But anyways, let's move on to finance. And so finance, basically we're teaching computers to understand micro and macroeconomic trends. And what I mean by that is making decisions on securities. So as an example, you want to buy or sell stocks. And so how do you do that? It's all about predicting the value of a particular security at a certain time. And really, finance involves, in here in the data section, finance involves the valuation of assets, investing in those assets, and then managing risk. And there are a lot of other things involved in finance. I'm not an expert myself, but, you know, with all this information, it usually will be in the format of time series data. So a particular asset will have a certain value, so dollars, any currency really, and from there over time we can measure that value, whatever the market determines it to be, and that is what we have for our training data. And then, the common tasks associated here. So, in terms of understanding risk, you have value at risk analysis and credit analysis. So, VAR, this is the definition that I found online, but it's a measure of the maximum loss that a portfolio is expected to suffer over a specified time horizon. And basically, there are papers or research being done to use machine learning to get a more accurate estimate of the loss that you would have um, over a certain time horizon, given certain conditions as well. So, that is VAR, but then also credit analysis is where you submit a credit application and then you get an acceptance or denial. A lot of these systems nowadays are using machine learning because they don't want, it's just easier to scale the system versus having a human look at all the different aspects of the application and having to make a decision on that data. Of course, there's still some humans in the loop, but a lot of these credit applications, it's just a machine learning algorithm. Um, and then you have technical analysis versus fundamental analysis. So these are actual finance terms. So technical analysis, you're going to be looking at actually like the price of a stock, and looking at all sorts of like candle charts and whatnot. But then fundamental analysis is where you're looking at companies' income statements, their balance sheet, and understanding what they do from a business model perspective. Something that you can use AI and machine learning to really predict or do simulations on. So yeah, that is machine learning for finance. And these topics, each one of them, you can spend like semesters, right? So this is lecture 5C. Take care, and I will see you next time. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. And if you have any other questions or comments regarding this video, please post them at the bottom. And take care. See you next time.